But no, I did the interview segments, and I was literally uploading all the clips from the highlights from the race, and then the interview clips, and going through them. And I honestly was very, very just super ecstatic with the direction I felt like I was taking this, because I wanted this to not only, feel fun. I wanted this to not only be fun for other people to chip in and enjoy, but I also wanted it to have some sense of realism. Back in the day when I did WRLA stuff, like 2017, I really, really dove very, very, very hard into the realism spectrum of the whole shabam, with penalties and calling people to the hauler after the race because of shit that the AI did, because NR 2003 just kind of like the AI kind of just has a mind of their own. So kind of just, I just was like, no, I don't want to do that, because then that creates drama, that creates a bunch of bullshit that really didn't need to be there. And I learned my lesson the hard way. Just simply by doing that. Somebody didn't like it, and they obviously they just kind of let me know, and that was that. So I was like, you know what, we'll do away with that. We'll put in the interview sections, like the interview segments, and like boom. I felt like that is like, man, I feel like we're doing something a little bit different. We're making this seem real, even though it's not really real. These are just people that are chipping in, and we're all having fun. I said yesterday, there was somebody out there that said, oh, nobody cares about the WRLA. Nobody watches the WRLA. To that I say, well, if nobody cared about it, then why there wouldn't be people that wouldn't have chipped in to contribute to making paint schemes for their own teams? There wouldn't have been people that would have signed up for the series. There wouldn't have been people like Wyatt or Slifer or Naya or Janaya, or even Bobby, of all people. Bobby went all out, by the way. Like, he literally put on his Interstate Batteries NASCAR jacket. He put on a Red Bull Racing hat, and he looked the part, man. He looked the part. He acted the part. And man, I was watching, I watched all 4 of these interview segments all the way through. And like, even with Naya and Janaya's, like the 30-second clip that's there, that's on the channel, it's just like, yeah, they were real. All of the interview segments, yeah, like the racing itself wasn't real, but the interview segments were. And that's what I felt made WRLA just a skosh more unique than all the rest. You got a bunch of these other NR leagues that have ratings to their cars, which is cool. I mean, they can do that stuff. I mean, that's just not my cup of tea, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for me to keep up with, and it's a lot of work for everybody else to keep up with. So that's why I have all the ratings at 100 across the board. But that, I mean, but no, that was the thing that I kind of thought to myself, is just like, yeah, if nobody cared about it, nobody would have been able to chip in and do this shit. Nobody would have wanted to come in and be like, hey, we're down to do interview segments. Or like, if I wouldn't have pitched that, people would have been like, yeah, we're down, and all that shit. Like this, it's the WRLA.
Because one person doesn't like it doesn't mean everyone's not going to like it.
Exactly. At the end of the day, the WRLA, I really have realized why I do the WRLA, why I make WRLA content. And that's because it's fun to do. I love doing it. And the fact that Wyatt, Bobby, Sly, Janaya, and Naya all pitched in and they all helped out, they all contributed, it just makes that so much more special. And that's why I love doing this.